Alright, so we're back in here. Today is July 22nd. It's a Monday. And I was able to watch, by the way, if this is on there, the last 2 laps of the NASCAR because it replayed on YouTube. So I was able to finish that. But that was, but we didn't get much done yesterday. It was more lazy day. We watched a movie and a half. And then kind of took it easy, cleaned up a little bit at the house, and just kind of an easy, relaxing day. We did get rain right when we left here yesterday. Actually, it poured for a little bit, not too long, but enough to soak everything. And so we hung up that last insulator. That was it, because I need Janae's help. She's actually just left. She's going to be down for a few days to the valley with her parents, visiting her parents and her sister, and spent a few days with the family, and took her son with her as well. So, all right, today, our goal. I'm going to be down here for a little bit, for a couple hours. We're gonna try to get this started. So at home, I drew the next diagram. Maybe I'll just take a picture and put it here. But I drew the picture of the door. So we're going to be doing an industrial heavy duty door like these other ones, but it's going to be a little bit lighter, but not much. I'm going to use 3 huge hinges instead of 4, because I'm going to go half see-through, where these other gates were not see-through, and then half not. So I drew this up just to see how we're going to do that, because I won't have a whole backing to attach everything to make it one big piece. So instead, we're going to be doing some dado type cuts here for these big 4x6s, which we did pick up 2 more 4x6x10s, and I have an 8-footer. And I hope, I was thinking about this morning because my idea changed a little bit. I'm hoping I have enough of the 4x6, and I actually was hoping, I'm not looking around, because I was hoping maybe I had another 3-foot piece in here too, which does not appear to have one, so it's going to be close, within inches, I think. All right, so I'm going to do that, and we got the magnets for the cabinet door. I hung one yesterday, and then I was like, wait a minute, I gotta put this up first. So I'm going to take the other one out, put this up, and then this is going to seal that little gap between where the TV is, and that way you're not seeing through that, just like we did on the big door. I'm going to do that first, just to get this out of here, and then we're going to start working on this door. I got to get my measurements and make sure I got enough board for it, and then we'll start cutting, sanding, dado cutting, getting all these boards ready, and maybe can get these stained today too, and get the first coat, because it's going to take a couple days with coat, so it'd be nice to get that stained today, that first coat, and then we'll be good, and then we just have to assemble it. So, you know what, I'm probably not going to be able to do the first coat. That's a lot of work today, more than I was going to do. So we'll see how much I get done. All right, got my measurement. We're at 74 height and 37 1/4 on the narrowest gap between for the width, and it goes up to, because of that, those railroad ties are warped. Had to do the best could to get them in there straight. So 37 1/4, and it kind of tapers up to 37.5, so to 37 maybe 3/4. So 1/4 to 1/2 inch as it tapers where it warps up. So I think we're good at 37 1/4 for the measurement. So try to, if we add 3/4 inch to both sides, and this one really doesn't have to be even perfect in there, so that's 1.5 inch. I guess that's it, 1.5 inch, right? So okay, I just cut my first board. Been here a little while. Got the measurements and all, and I took probably a good hour just to pick up around here. It still looks mess, but I took a few of these railroad lights, put them in the caboose, put a few more other things that we have acquired in the caboose that was just laying in here. I'm trying to free up a little space, move some boards over, cleaned up some of the dust throughout, just hosed off dust throughout the whole building. So feels better. A little dusty in here as it will settle again, but got a lot of it cleaned up, swept up. And now I went ahead and cut the header, the top two boards, which has this cool, I don't know, call it probably where the bark was, the end board or whatever. But I think I'll put that on the top. It'll look kind of cool right there. And then, of course, brackets will be off the sides and hinges down the middle, so that'll work out. Here's the bummer part. I didn't realize the door. I thought maybe it might be, I was going to be close on boards, but I thought maybe I would have had it within an inch and just bring the door a little bit. But it's just not going to look good if I shorten up the door. So I'm gonna stick with the plan and go with a full 3/4 around is all, instead of like 1.5 inches. I might even need more than 1.5 inches. So what does that mean? Yep, I'm short a board. I need a 4x6, and I looked in my all the scrap stuff back here, and nothing. I do not have a 4x6 in a regular fir board, so that's a bummer. I have all these little pieces, leftovers, I just stacked there. Nothing that's 3 foot or 35 3/4 inch. So yeah, a little bummed out because we just can't go down the street here and grab one. So I'm just gonna work on what I can to get done, and then I don't know, Janae's coming back up here in a couple days, so maybe I'll see if she's willing to go into Home Depot. I hate to ask her that. She's not a Home Depot girl, really. She hates certain aisles, right? That's her line. I'm over this aisle. All right, so we'll see. We'll see if I can get her to do that, or I'm just gonna have to go into town and get another board. So anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying I'm bummed right now. Alright, just need that middle board. 3 feet. Closest I have, I think, is 2.5. Alright, we're back in here. And Janae's back, but she's going to town. Got some errands to do, so we're gonna head out in a couple hours. But I told her I'm gonna come down for a couple hours and keep working because I didn't come down yesterday. I ended up working on 2 videos at home, episode 80 and episode 80.5. So that one those should be coming out soon, within a week or so. I just uploaded, made live episode 79 last night. So not too many views on it, but in there I did share my gratitude, my thanks to everybody. So thank you. Also, when I was doing the episodes, I did these arbor things, as you've seen now. So it's weird because in my mind, it's like when I edit the videos, it's like I'm still back then, you know, like going through all the edits, which is what, 2 months ago or so, early May. And then of course we have current time, which we've done so much, and I'm very excited about it. I'm excited how it turned out personally. I mean, it's not a pat on the back, I guess, per se, but we are amateurs. And it was kind of cool back there. I just want to go out and hang out back there, so now I need to build a table to sit at, right? So I actually took this home the other day when I left, and it was really getting hot, so I was even worried about just leaving it out. It was that hot. So I'm going to give it another shot today and see what happens. I mean, I already bought a new one, but I've been just trying to use this until it dies. These do have lifetime warranty. I think I shared on videos before. I am terrible at doing the registration on them. And to the most part, all the rigid tools I've bought have been great. I've gone through a sander like this several years ago when I was doing all the wood at the house before we moved up here, before we bought the cabin, or before we bought the commercial building. And then I had and then this one's kind of on its last leg, and then I have that cutter tool that when we're doing the caboose, it died on me. So otherwise, all our tools, rigid tools, have been pretty darn good. So, all right, let's get to work. So what am I doing today? I didn't finish these 2 boards because of how hot this was getting, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it because this is like set on high speed and it won't change for whatever reason. That's probably half the issue. It's probably the full issue, I guess I should say. I'm going to go ahead and try to sand these and get these 2 boards done, get them beat up, and then I'm going to start doing the dado cut for the door, because these are going to be in, like, these are actually going to be part of a single layer, and I'm not going to be doing that backing. So I'm doing things a little different than I did those other 2 big doors. So we'll see how it turns out. But I am short that board, remember, from 2 days ago. So when we go into town, I'm going with her. I'm gonna stop at Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever I decide when I'm there, and get another 4x6. I only need a 3-foot board, but I'm pretty sure Lowe's doesn't carry 6 foot. I wish they carried 6. They probably figure, oh, if you need 6, you just buy the 12. Well, 12 is not too easy to manage, with trucks and stuff. So I keep telling her, the thing I should be doing is taking saws with us, and then we could cut them to size and stick them in the truck easier, if we know the size. All right, batter's up. All right, let's go. The sander makes a lot of dust. It smells like burnt electronics in here. Holy smokes, do you see that? I don't know if the camera picked it up, but it was sparking. All of a sudden it started like flashing, like light. I dropped it just in case it was shocking. And yeah, I saw sparks coming out of it. So I think that sander is officially done. So yeah, wow, and I just started it. You can look how, it's probably hard to see in the camera, but look how wet this is. This is, I mean, you could just, definitely has a lot of water in it still. Kind of satisfying. So honestly, I don't even know if I need to ship it out with, to a smaller level. This grinder is probably gonna work. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, check this out. So with my other sander, which has been having an issue for a while, speeding up, you saw it with that. Okay, so with the other sander broken, I started using the battery one, right? So after I do all the cuts, you don't have to sand all this down. Well, I just grabbed this grinder with the sandpaper end that I have, which is, I mean, you can probably cut your arm off with that thing, but I just grinded down all that instead of the sander, and it's so much easier and faster. Just I'd be careful not to go too far, but even these first few were up a little high. I just brought that down perfect, and then I'll just use the sander on the sharp edges because I don't want to use the grinder in case it really nicks it hard. So yeah, check this out. I did 3. I'm gonna do this last one real quick. I just finished cutting all the dados on the ends of all the boards that I have. I'm going to go to Home Depot right now in a minute, with Janae, and do some errands in Sholo. I need to cut this dado after I get that board so I know where to cut exactly. And then I just figured out where all the bolts and the screws I need because I didn't have them. I thought I had more than I have. I guess they go quick. So tomorrow I will pick up where I left off, cut the new board, start staining. Oh, I do need to do the holes for the pipes. I got to figure that out. So I'm going to be cutting more dados tomorrow and cutting the holes for where the pipe's going to go. And then I can stain. And then once 2 days of stain coats are done, can assemble it. And meanwhile, I'll paint the hardware and get all the hardware ready. All right, back in here, commercial building. Today's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. The 26th. I did not come down here yesterday. We had a little oopsie. We went to Home Depot, or no, we went to Lowe's this time, in Walmart, a couple errands in Sholo on Wednesday night after I did some of these boards. Well, wasn't sure if we were going to take the truck or car, and last minute walking up the hill to the vehicles, we decided to take the car, not the truck. I had my truck keys and left them in the car when I got back. And when Janae left in the morning, she started her job and she's excited about it, working for a school district not far from here. And so we left the truck keys in the car. So I was stuck at home. So I got some things done at home, did a little relaxing too, which didn't make me feel fair, being that she started her work and I was able to chill at home. But today, I got the truck keys back. We're back in here. I'm trying to clean up. In fact, it started we're able to burn right now, so I decided to burn some of this extra wood that we cut. And I did get the 4x6. I only need about 3 feet off this, so I can't get any smaller than that, unfortunately. So I'm sure we'll use it. We got more doors and stuff to make, so I'm sure we'll use it. So anyway, we got this piece, and then we got a bunch of hardware. The bolts, flag bolts, screws. I had a little oopsie out here. Actually, I need to go back and check it out. Just burning all this wood here. It's kind of wet still. Dried out over a couple days, but still kind of damp. Okay, so I watered these plants real quick, and I noticed our cabinet fell over, and I didn't bolt it down yet, but we must have got a strong wind maybe coming from that direction. So yeah, you know what, while this is down, I may throw some insect stuff down there, and then I'll pop this back up. I need to bolt this down. It was just sitting there, and so we did have a nice wind yesterday, huge storm. The rain didn't hit us though, but it was windy and everything. It's so weird, it just like stayed right along the side of us. It was pretty cool. Dark clouds, but I bet that wind just came from that other direction. No damage other than a couple of little scratches here. Looks like that's where it hit the side of the mesh. That's good. It didn't hit the handle, because I may have bent that. So I need to get that bolting down, huh? Okay, I'm changing it up. I like this better. One more, so we're gonna have 5 boards down here. This will be 2 feet, so that way it's not dead center. It's more like off just a bit. For the hinges. So I do like that better. I think this is plenty big for a window with poles. It's almost like a jail door, almost. Kind of have that look, but which is fine, because we're doing kind of an old western train depot kind of style in a way. It's like a mix, rustic, old, and new. Alright, so let's get this, make sure it's square, and then we'll get the dado going. It's not my week. So the rigid skill saw is not working now. I was just using it. I could tell the handle was getting hot, and it was doing that the other day when I was cutting these. So I've been putting it in front of the fan to cool down in between uses. But something must be shorting in there or something. Maybe that's why it's getting hot in the handle. But I just figured it was all the many cuts I'm doing in a row. But that's not working. Got a full battery in there, the light's coming on, but the motor's not spinning. Okay, I think the battery's almost out. Got all the boards stained. I got the insert part glued. A lot of work done today. I'm going home. It started to sprinkle, so I need to get home. It's about, I don't know, 3 o'clock, so yeah, 3 o'clock. So nice full day.